All right, everyone, it's like 9 o'clock here. We're back at my buddy's house. We ended up stacking this course 3 courses higher. Mary's getting the pipe laid in before we put more. Yeah, it's raining here. Mary's laying the pipe in quick before we get more stone behind here and backfill more. I'm continuing this hopefully to the end today. I'm gonna try and carry, this is our last course. We're gonna carry it all the way down to like this root right here, and we're gonna toenail it into the land. So the goal for today is get a decent little chunk of that done, so that way when we come back here this Saturday, we get to have a nice easy day. Just lay block on top of block that's already leveled and everything like that. Literally just put block down and backfill. So I get to do the more brain thinking part. That's the correct terminology, right? Big fancy school words. Fill up this whole thing with block quick. Chris got his little snippies in here. All right, YouTube. It's 12 o'clock right now on the dot. We're about to go do lunch. It's drizzling. It's not like downpouring, but it's been like a weird drizzle all day. You can probably see my jacket soaked. I'll give you guys a quick walk around of what the progress has been. Obviously, all this was done I guess last weekend. Which that is also in a video if you guys want to watch. You can look back. It says part 2 of building a wall with AF Pasillo Company. Had my friend come in with his mini excavator and help do a lot of the dirt work while I did this stuff. But yeah, as you can see right here, it steps down. That's where we started this morning. You're able to continue probably another 40, maybe 35 feet. We ended up using about a pallet or 2 so far this morning. We're gonna curve this into the land right at the property line here. So then after lunch, we're just gonna try and backfill this area, and we're gonna actually step this up. So that's gonna be the last block there, then probably 1 or 2 here, and then the third course, probably 3 or 4 going into there, so on and so forth. But that's kind of like the plan after lunch, but we're all kind of wet and hungry, so outstanding. But we only got like a pallet left to work with on site here, so we'll probably just polish off the last pallet that we got here, and then call it a day. But we got 2 pallets done so far and 1 pallet to go. So probably also got like 3-4 yards, give or take, of crush on site. So I'm hoping that'll be enough today to try and backfill this up to the courses that exist right now, because once we backfill this, we can lay our grid across and then build up another 3 courses. Then at the end of the day, it looks like we've made more progress, which I like. Progress is always good. So anyways, guys, we'll see you after lunch. All right, guys, so I haven't filmed a lot, but I have a cameraman right now, so this works out nice. I'll show you guys a little bit about these walls.
Sorry, that was way too close.
Yeah, it was. I showed you guys these pins before. These are the pins for the fat face wall block. If you put them in this way, come here with me, camera woman, you'll get that staggered look, which you can see all the way down. It has a slight stagger to it. Now, if you were to take these and flip them this way, you get a flush wall, which would come straight up like this. And like I've said in previous videos, we can do that on little 3-course walls that are more just, you know, like for your little mulch bed or whatever it may be. But when it comes to structural walls, you need to have them step back. No matter if any of you are new high schoolers getting into this, watching this video, the biggest thing I can say is if it's going to be 3 courses or higher, be sure to stagger your wall. Another thing that we do is every 3 courses, if you look behind here, we do stone 3/4 crush with a geogrid all the way back. It's a 4-foot, and then I think we got like a 200-foot roll. And then another thing that's huge is drainage. You don't want hydrostatic pressure to build up behind the walls, which is basically just fancy terms for you don't want these walls to end up getting water trapped behind them. So what we end up doing is we use this 4-inch diameter perforated pipe, which comes out to T's, and then you can get aesthetically pleasing things, so that way there's not like a PVC pipe coming out of your wall. They make these nice little vents that fit right in with the wall. And it's all sold at basically every supply place I've ever been to in my life. So really simple stuff. It's, believe it or not, this job isn't rocket science, except for the first course. Because if you do your first course and you happen to mess it up even in the slightest, if it's 1/4 of an inch off down at your bottom course, when you get up here, it's going to be 1 inch off, and everything is just going to be, I'm going to bleep this out, but everything will be f***ed. So as long as your first course is good, everything else is bread and butter. It's simple once you get to that point. So what I'm doing right now is, because we already got our geogrid set down, we just ran out of the actual open grade base, or not grade base, but yeah, the open grade material. I'm just stacking this 3 more high because we're gonna do that, and then when I come this weekend for the part 3 video of this project, we'll have more fill, more material to put behind this, and then we'll go another geogrid up. So the other course is probably gonna be up to here. So for now, let's stack some block. Now these blocks, they're not fun, I will say that part. They're about 80 pounds, which kind of stinks, but after a while, your hands just lose all their fingerprints and everything, and then you just get used to it. But you just line them up on the pins. I will say, if you're a woman, you don't have to worry about doing this. If you're a guy, right at this course is where you got to be careful.
Oh my God.
I've done it quite a few times, and it's not that fun. So far today, we've ended up laying 2.5 pallets, and per pallet comes 45 of these, which, if they're 18 inches long, comes out to a little over like 68 linear feet. I think it comes out to 68.5 linear feet that you can do with 1 pallet. So I obviously have videos, but I'll put in videos after this of what it looked like when we got here today. But because we haven't hit any snags, like if you guys have seen the previous videos, we hit quite a few snags between the water, we hit the sewer, we hit basically everything but electric. And I'm not going to jinx myself now, but I can actually say that now because we got it right down to the end there. But yeah, the last time we were here, we ended up hitting ledge. Then the time before that, my good friend Anthony Pasillo, don't mind that, just a truck driving by, everyone. The last time we were here, we hit ledge. Then the time before that, we ended up hitting the electrical, no, not electric, gas. We hit gas right over here because DigSafe mismarked it by over 1.5 feet, and right under this asphalt, about 8 inches down, is the gas. Love my friend, but his house got cookie cutted together, and I feel bad that whoever the contractor who did this back in the 60s absolutely butchered it on him. But I'm gonna knock on block. I can't knock on wood. We're not gonna hit anything for the rest of the day. But it seemed like at the beginning of this project we hit everything but the lottery, and it wasn't fun, and there were a lot of stoppages because we just couldn't get the work done. There was too many, I left my waters in the way. There was too many, there were too many things in the way, almost like the water bottle. But I think as of right now, beyond what you see in this Bobcat bucket right here, we probably got, I don't know, 10 blocks back in there, backyard. And then we probably got 2 tons at most left of this crushed stone. So the plan for the day, since it is 2 o'clock, we're gonna finish off all these block and then lay that last ton or 2 of stone, and then I'll get some shots for you guys then. But other than that, that's really about it for the day. So, right as we ended that video, I went to go place a block.
You were literally just talking about how we didn't run into anything today.
Any snags. Where do I put the pin on there? Now, I love Ideal products. I use Ideal products on every material, every hardscape that I do, whether it be pavers, like patio pavers, wall block, everything. I try to support Ideal because, and I'm not talking bad on other companies. I'm sure Unilock makes a great product. I'm sure Versalock makes a great product. I know Teco Block probably makes a great product. I'm from Massachusetts. Ideal is right down the street in Waltham. They've been in business for 100 years and it's still family owned right in Waltham, so I like using them. But hey, Ideal, what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
You have to bang it out.
I'll take a quick pic to that and fix that, but what the heck? I need a better pin. Fun stuff. You know, I got to talking about my little tangents like I do, and I realized that I only use Ideal. Similar to that of like how some people are brand biased. I'm brand biased towards Ideal for all my block. Some people are brand biased to GMC, Dodge, Chevy. Curious if anyone's brand bias out there. If any of you are in here and specifically do hardscapes or any brickwork, are you guys crazy about one specific line of products or one specific company, if you will? Let us know in the comments. I'm curious. That might be good, but we shall see. Knock that last little bit through. Fun. All right. And just like that, fits like a glove.
What is that?
It's not over until the fat lady sings, ladies and gentlemen. 13 bucks per unit. That's more than the price of cobblestone now.
True that.
Huh?
True that.
The cobblestone's expensive. Yeah, I think they sell these for 13 bucks a unit.
I saw a post the other day and someone bought like a whole bunch of cobblestone like pallets.
Yep.
And they were selling them on Facebook Marketplace for like $5 each. It was some
They were
teenager.
losing money then.
It was some teenager. I think he was trying to make a side hustle.
As the meme would say, in this economy, I couldn't afford to sell cobblestones at $5 a pop. I think cobblestones rates like usually about 10 bucks a pop.
Probably brought him home from work.
Yeah, honestly. Alright guys, so it's about 3 o'clock. It's raining pretty good right now, so we're calling it a day. We still got like a half an hour ride back to the yard anyway, so that works out nice. But let me show you what we got done. We ended up finding out what our approach is going to be coming in this way. Ran out of both block and stone, so this is what we were able to get done. And then we were able to stack this 7 courses high right here. Considering today, we started right here, and this was coming out of, I guess you would say, an incline like that. We were able to get all this area done today, so if we want, we can take a step out here and take a look. In total, we laid 2.5 pallets today, which comes out to 45 times 2 is 90. So we were able to lay about 130 block today, give or take. 130 exact to be exact, actually. So we were able to do about 180 linear feet of block today, which overall isn't a bad day, so can't complain. Anyways guys, this will be the end of this week's video. I will see you guys this weekend where we continue this. Look forward to watching part 3 of the wall with AF Pasillo. That's going to be the name of the video, and we'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.